In this lesson, we're going to simplify by combining like terms. In the previous lesson, we talked about how we can only combine things that are the same. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find any like terms. Let's remember that a like term is a term that has the same variable with the same exponent. So in this case, this term here, 10x, and this term here, 12x, are like terms. I can combine those two. So what I'm going to do is I am going to rewrite my expression. I'm going to copy this term that has no like terms to pair it with. And I'm going to solve this part of the expression. 12x plus 10x is 22x. And that is the expression simplified. You could simplify it further because if you have 0y squared, you don't need to write that. So this would be the expression simplified. In this case, we have an expression with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms. I am going to look for my like terms first. Remember, like terms have the same variable with the same exponent. The term also includes whatever sign you have to the left of the term. These are my like terms. 4x does not have a pair. There is not another term with an x, neither does 1y. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine my like terms, so only these numbers. You can use your calculator for this part, but in your calculator you're only going to use numbers. You're not going to input any letters. I am going to copy my problem and now I'm going to copy my lone terms. Notice that there is no sign in front of my 4, which means it's positive. If I don't have a sign, the number is positive. The term is positive. And notice something, when I have 1y in algebra, we do not write that 1. We only write the letter y. Now that I have done this part, I can use my calculator to solve that part of the problem. You can use the Desmos calculator, or you can use your calculator in your computer. Remember, I'm only going to input the numbers. Be careful here, this is a minus sign. This is not what we want. We want to use the negative sign, which is down here, if you're using the computer calculator. I highly recommend that you use the Desmos calculator instead. So I have -4, -3, plus 11, plus 12. That is 16. But it's not only 16, it is 16y to the 9th power. Everything else, my other two terms, I will just copy, and that's it. This is the end. I cannot simplify anymore. Same procedure. I will start by finding like terms. I have a z term here. I have another z term here. And this is very important. If you have constants, which we have talked about before, constants are numbers that stand by themselves. Those constants can also be combined. Everything else I just copy. I am going to combine these two terms. 13 minus 15 is negative 2, and remember to bring in your variable. And now you have 15 minus 13, which is positive 2, and that's it. That's the end of my simplification. Let's try another one. I have an x to the 9th power. There is another one just like it. Then I have y's. Now I can combine my terms, my like terms. I am copying all my terms that have y's. And now I can solve, or I can combine really, this part here. So 6 plus 2, I'm only looking at my coefficient. That's the only thing I'm going to add is my coefficient. 6 plus 2 is 8. Everything else I just copy. Same thing here, negative 9 minus 8 minus 11. Feel free to use your calculator for this. It's negative 28. Negative 28 y. And that's it. I cannot simplify anymore. We're going to do the same procedure. I have here z's. And I have some x's. I don't really have to copy this again because they are close together. So if I have 3z minus 5z, that would be negative 2z. And then I have 14 minus 15, which is negative 1x. But I want to remind you of something. That 1 in a real algebra situation is never written. So if it's negative 1, you write that 1 then you erase it or you never write it. 1x or negative 1x is expressed with no visible coefficient.